Well, okay, and every single effing time, every time.
Every time. All right. So, hey, everybody.
Hey,
Um,
hey.
we have a special show tonight. We're running a little bit behind. We apologize to anybody who was waiting. But I was all the way in another town and came up to my friend Rich's to record because I don't have it. I'm childless tonight. So after this is over, I'm gonna hang out and we're gonna chill tonight. So, woo! So yeah, so we have a really special show tonight. We were supposed to do this last Friday, but unfortunately the postal service really stinks right now. It's really slow. They
Also,
said
always.
more than enough time. It's totally not their fault. It was the post office fault. But this amazing company, it's brand new. It's called Akasha Reed. It's at a Wiccan apothecary. They sent us a box of stuff. Nicole is opening the box right now with all the stuff, and she's gonna hand it to me.
I love a witchy unboxing.
Yeah. So look at how gorgeous the note is that was sent with it.
Love it.
Everything is so beautiful. Everything is so pretty. It was just packaged so beautifully. She's opening the stuff now. I'm going to open this little guy, which is the description of all the products she sent us. Like I said, it's a Wiccan apothecary. Now, listen, we want to talk about your goddess stuff because I feel like this ties in directly with this. And last week, I think I told you, I went and I got sage and I'm going to just smudge my apartment. I did my bedroom, but I need to do the whole apartment. And this apothecary just sent me this box, and I feel like I need to use it and get all the negative energy out of my house. And this is something that I feel like for mental health reasons, people need stuff like this. This is wonderful. It's 2 women own the company, so we are all about women supporting women. Anyway, so this is so gorgeous. Look at this stuff. Look at how beautifully everything is packaged, by the way.
Love it.
There's bay leaves in here, a spiritual bath blend. Oh my God. So this is all for the bath.
Oh,
protection oil for yourself or for candle. Protection oil. I feel like everybody needs stuff like this in their life right now. Oh, what is this cool thing? Hold on. Now turn on our comments because Akasha Reed is watching live right now from Pennsylvania.
The comments are on. I'll just remember when they come up to pop them on the screen because I feel like sometimes I forget.
Okay, because I want to know what this is. Here's what there's in the herb box. I think that's. Does this go in the bathtub? I think this goes in the bathtub. I'm guessing this is. It's like these little sticks. I think they go in the bathtub. This is the cutest thing ever. Look at how this.
Cinnamon sticks, or are they like Palo Santo where you light them on fire?
I think I was trying to figure that out, but I'm pretty sure they're cinnamon sticks, and this all goes in the bathtub. Yeah, this is so amazing. Okay, and then look at this box of oils. Ooh, I know. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? Look, it pulls out just like this. So I'm going to send you half of this box. Let's talk about your goddess stuff for a hot minute. There's jasmine in here, alfalfa. This is amazing. Oh my God, I'm so loving all of this right now. Tell me about your goddess stuff because I feel like this all ties in with stuff like this.
Yeah, it's really cool. You said that we were gonna do that. I was like, oh my God, this is where I'm at in my life right now. So
yes,
I can do it.
Well, I'm sending half of this to you. So, okay, go ahead. You're gonna tell your goddesses about them, I hope, because this is so cool.
Oh, of course. And everybody basically it's like this group of women. So when I finally decide that I'm gonna stay here because everybody knows that I'm a fucking gypsy and I am always like, oh, I love it here. And then a year later, I'm like, I got to bounce. I got to go somewhere else and see some other things. But I really do love it here and I want to stay here. So when I decided that, I was like, well, I need to find some friends because it's just me and I need some friends. So I look for mom groups or whatever. And I just come across this Grand Strand goddesses. And I was like, well, I'm a goddess. So these must be the people. And they are. But they are so they're the most uplifting group of women in the entire world. They're literally just oh, hey, are you here for love? We've got some of that for you. And in that is a lot of these kind of goddess baths, like the stuff that you just got. But they're all up in if you know somebody, send me their info so that I can buy from them, kind of thing. So I will definitely.
So we're going to send everybody to Akasha. They're new and they've been working so hard to launch this, like that. I just feel like this is so amazing that I can't try the stuff out and send it to you. Look at the lotion that they sent. One of them is called Forest Fairies. How cute is this? One of them is called Forest Fairies and the other one's called Inner Goddess. Hello, I know what one I'm sending you. I guess I'm gonna be smelling like some forest fairies. Energizing bath salts.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like I need that in my life all the time. Look at this cool little thing. Oh my god, how cute. Sorry, I'm like putting my dry. I think I probably just gave a crotch shot to everybody watching. Sorry about that. Not the most professional.
We just missed it. I think we just missed it. So anybody who has a good imagination might have, gone somewhere.
My head's not doing a good job. I'm at my friend Rich's house, and there's a cross above the bed that I'm convinced is going to go on fire because I'm sitting next to it. And my friend Nicole is sitting next to me. She says, "Not with me here." Free your spirit lotion.
Oh, I love that little.
Look how cute they are, and it came
so cute. I'm a sucker for like container.
Oh my god! And the packaging that they sent. Do you have any idea? This has been sitting in my box for a freaking week, and I have not. It's been sitting in the box. I have not opened it, and I haven't touched it because I genuinely wanted to be surprised when I opened it, and it was like packaged so beautiful. I was like, I don't want to like pull this apart like a maniac.
Yeah.
Let me just open it on the air. But this is also beautiful. I'm so excited for them. I love that, like, listen, anything that empowers other women, I'm all about it. I love their packaging. This is absolutely amazing. I'm really stoked to try it. What is this? The second site. Hold on a second. Oh, it's a candle.
Oh, hey.
It's so cute. It's got little lavender buds in it and everything, and it smells
amazing.
Smells fruity.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like I'm assuming, yeah, it's for like the altar. Yeah, everything's packaged beautifully. So everybody go check them out. I'm gonna try
right there is everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Vanessa half of the stuff. I'm going to try stuff out. We're gonna talk about it next week, how everything worked out. Like I said, I'm all about things that bring positivity. I don't identify with any particular religion myself, but anything that right now, I'm keeping an open mind to absolutely everything. So, listen, if this lotion can calm me down in some way, if I can smudge the house, if I can light a candle, if something is going to work, I am all about it. Like,
that's where I'm at. Like, I feel like that's what happened because my anxiety was so high, and I'm usually pretty good at dealing with it because I've been dealing with it my whole life. But it was so high that I was like, oh my gosh, like, and I have all these tools from being a therapist. I'm like, wow, none of this is working. And I know, like, I have clients and that happens. So it's like, you got to just keep trying stuff, dude, or else you're going to live like this. So again, like this goddess group, I went out for lunch one day. This was pre-COVID. And this one girl, I didn't know her. It was the first time I met her, but she started talking about, not even really talking about it. She mentioned it because we were just talking about like what everybody's into. We were all a bunch of people who didn't really know each other. And she's like, ever since I found Koya, it's like just changed my life. It's like the best dance ever. And that was all she said. And it was like planted the seed. And like, I cannot tell you, every Wednesday, I look forward to doing this.
I saw that you were in a dance circle the other day. It looks so beautiful.
And I've never done anything like that before. And being raised,
Charlotte just sits there while you're doing it. What happens?
There's like this whole like there's like a structure to it. Like, so you circle up and then like you get up and you do certain dances and you do like, it's like a up and down kind of thing. You share, you look at cards, like it's all this stuff. I would have never, because I was raised Irish Catholic. This is not like, you don't use crystals and you don't do that shit. But that's how I was raised. It wasn't like I had any exposure. But so after all of this, it's like I'm all about everything. I've got books that I'm reading. I've got people that I'm talking to just learn whatever I can about this alternate energy based stuff, so I can bring that into my practice as a counselor because people need extra, like they need something different these days.
Seriously, like I said, I have been trying to keep a very open mind, and you know how I was. Everything with me was like, oh, pish posh, whatever. Like between my PTSD and COVID lockdown, I mean, my anxiety is at a level that I just didn't even think was humanly possible. It's like absolutely crazy. So, like I said, anything that could help. Thank you guys so much for doing this. I hope you enjoy everything. Yes. Thank you so much for sending it. We're so excited to try it. Everything, like I said, I mean, oh my God, I'm just in love with this little box and the way everything's packaged. Like, I am a sucker for stuff like that. Everything is packaged beautifully. Everything looks beautiful. Is there a way we can put in the comments what the website is that other people can see it?
Yeah, I should be able to do that if you have the website.
Yeah, it's Akasha.
I mean Jessica could probably
let me see. I think I can do it. And then you can share it. I just want to make sure that their website is up. I'm going to take pictures of all of this stuff too. AkashaReadWorkings.
Well, I'm going to say too, like, she's very smart to package it that way because it gives you a feeling. And like the thing about all of this is that you have to be like connected to it. You have to be feeling it. You have to be believing in it in order for your chemistry,
for it to work. Right? You don't use it. Right. I completely agree with you. I'm really stoked. Like, I'm really excited to try it.
Awesome.
We will definitely be sending the goddesses there, and we're going to be ordering stuff from you guys. I'm really excited to like try the lotion and the candle and everything. So thank you guys. And like, yes, women, it's all about like supporting women businesses right now. I feel like it's so important.
Yeah. Wicked. And I'm actually like kind of mad because I have like a sage box or something that I had bought not that long ago. So I haven't run out of it yet. And I'm like, damn it. I wish I had like been able to wait because I would have obviously bought it from her.
Well, it's okay. There's plenty more stuff that we can take a look at when we're done here. I'm
certainly going through the sage pretty fast, so it probably won't be too long.
Do you think that we can sage my soul and my like, I don't know, my every fiber of my being and smudge whatever is inside me right now out of me?
Every damn day. I'm on it. I'm doing it.
I'm like next level crazy. So like, look how crazy I look. I was in a pool all day. So like, in all fairness, I try not to leave the house with my with my hair looking like this. Yeah. I try to typically clean up a little bit before I come in here, but I was in the pool all day. Don't judge me. I really don't care what anyone thinks anyway.
I've come to realize that I feel like, I mean, nobody's ever said anything about our appearance other than that dude that was talking about lifting up dresses or whatever. I wish that guy would come back because he's really funny. But
trolls are hilarious. I like to feed the trolls and see what happens. So speaking of trolls, we're at my conservative friend's house right now. And the guy that I have banter with back and forth for like hours at a time and everybody's like ears are bleeding is out there and wants to. I was like, what are you going to do?
I got to tell you. I can't do it. I can't do it.
He's like, what? I was like, do you want to come? He was like, you're going to come in and be like Bill O'Reilly and like.
I am not here for it. I will. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm not here for it. No, I don't have it in me. I can't even I
just got here. I don't know if I'm drunk enough to have evil banter with him yet. I'm just going to leave my drink over here. Speaking of.
I'm kind of blowing through this one.
I'm like, where did my cigarettes go? Where's my life?
What's going on?
There's a cross behind me. Anyway, so I think I saw you just finished the Zac Efron special on Netflix. I feel really fucking weird having the giant crush that I have on him. First of all, not really my type. He's not really my type. He's a little bit hipster for me, but he is so attractive that it's actually distracting. Like watching that show, I felt distracted by his beauty.
His freaking eyes. He's talking and I'm like, what is he saying? I'm just staring at his eyes.
So the one episode where he's like, yeah, I can cry on cue and just starts crying in the back of the limo. I'm like, he's like, that's why I get paid the big bucks. Like, yeah, certainly that's what is why you get paid the bit. But those gorgeous blue eyes crying. I'm like, don't do that. Makes me sad.
Seriously. Yeah. I mean, and like, I wanted to watch it obviously for the content of it because
because he's so stunning. I'm not that shallow. I mean, somewhat.
I've been there. Well, yeah, I have been shallow for sure. It would not be a surprise if I only watched Zac Efron.
I felt so bad for the guy that they're doing all of these wonderful things and spreading their good karma all over the universe. And this guy's fucking house burns to the ground the last episode in the wildfires. That literally, that guy seems like such a great guy. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say is such a great guy because I'm not going to pretend I know that guy, but like he seems like such a great guy. And his house, like he's like over there spreading the good word and like trying to do positive things to change the planet. And his house burns to the ground. And thank God his dog made it out alive. Was the only thing that he's like, it's only things the dog made it out.
Right.
That was so upsetting. I mean, I'm sure that guy wanted to have like about 15 nervous breakdowns on camera and couldn't do it. That was just horrible. That was really not.
It really was. But I mean, let's talk about it. He's a man. So he probably didn't have a lot of breakdowns because he's a man. All the breakdowns like, because I'm a woman.
I mean, you could see he was furious, and I felt his fury. He's like, I'm so mad. Like, here we are taping these things. We're trying to show people the right things to do. And as a direct result of people's craziness and like, you know, overpopulation, my house burns to the ground. And it's like, I mean, and then Zac Efron, like when he was sitting there, I just felt so bad for him because he almost looked like he didn't know what the hell to do. And he's like, sometimes you just need somebody to sit down and listen to you. So that's what I'm going to do right now.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
It was awful. It was so awful. And again, like you said, because of the content of what they were filming, you're just like, oh, dude.
You're like, yeah, I know.
It's fair. Like he's doing such great things right now. Why is that fair?
It's not fair. It sucks. And he seems like such a good person that's interested in doing the right thing and really trying to like implant positive seeds. Like he wasn't, I love how though too, one thing I really liked about him was he wasn't telling everybody else to be a vegan just because he was a vegan. He was just trying to tell people there's a greener way to live your life. Like you don't have to be a vegan, but like, you know, even if you do it once a week or whatever he was saying, like, I mean, I just felt it was very positive, everything that he was saying. Like, I don't expect you to live the way I'm living, but let's all take a step in the right direction. Use disposable cups. Don't use the same cup. Like, you know, don't go and get like ones that you throw in the garbage. You get recyclable cups. Don't get disposable. Right. Like, you know, change to, you know, the metal straws. You don't need a plastic straw that's going and sitting in a landfill. Like when they were picking up all that garbage in, where was that? In England. When they were picking up all of that garbage, seeing the Q-tips got me. That they kept finding the plastic, like Q-tips. What the fuck is anyone still using plastic Q-tips for? What is stop going to the Dollar Tree and buying your Q-tips, bro. Q-tips need to be brand name. I'm sorry. That is something that we do not get. No Frills brand. Stop buying plastic Q-tips, man. Like, I mean, like that is just unnecessary, like crap in a landfill. That's not needed.
Yeah. I mean, it really makes you think about it. Like I think about it on trash day when I'm walking the dog and like, I always have one bag of trash every week. Like it's just the way that it is. Like I try really hard not to buy, you know, disposable things. I try really hard. Yeah, like I try to get like fresh produce if I can so that I don't have to like have a can or a plastic frozen thing to throw away. But then I see like some of these other ones and like I know most of the people in the neighborhood like
they probably have 3 kids though. I mean,
not even. Like there's the one neighbor, it's just him and his wife and their trash was full to the top and I was just like,
what are you doing?
I just had a feeling in here like I was like I could never do that. Like I just can't, like, even if I do ever have 2 bags of trash, I feel really weird about it. Like, I'm like, it's just me and Scarlett. Like, what are we doing?
I have feelings. So I do always recycle. Like, I'm responsible about it. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for sending the box. We're so excited to try everything. And you look gorgeous in that picture, by the way.
Yeah, I was just going to say that picture is fire.
That's the goddess right there.
Yeah, that is a goddess picture if I ever saw one. I love it.
We're so excited to try everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And like I really am all about like shit's getting weird over here is all I gotta say. And I don't care. I used to care and I don't care now because I feel like all the clients that I have right now get it. They see that I'm a little weird and they like it and they're going with it. It's working out fine. So I will be doing a lot more stuff online that you wouldn't think a counselor's going to do, like burn ceremonies for my journals or anybody else's whatever's that they need to
That's
burn.
actually really amazing that you do that. I think Nicole should do that.
What?
Vanessa writes in her journal and then she takes all of her feelings and throws them in a fire.
Yeah, I've read this before.
You need to do that. I feel like we need to do that. We'll have our.
I don't think there's enough paper in the world.
It really feels so good though, and I actually like have.
We're gonna need my dumpster. Zac Efron, do not watch Nicole and I's burn ceremonies. We're gonna need my entire dumpster.
Yeah, right. I know. I mean, that is the little bit part of it where I'm like, I mean, it's burning, but whatever. It's like fire.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, and people have been doing
way
it.
worse shit than paper.
People have been doing it for like centuries, you know, like burning shit ceremoniously. So I'm totally cool with it. And I have like a term that I plan to coin and perhaps trademark if I have to for my burn, my burn journals. Like I'm all about it right now. So I feel like this box coming at this time is like cool. I'll put it right on my whatever I'll be doing.
Yeah, I'm taking pictures of all of this tonight. I have like I took out my fancy paper that I use for backgrounds of things, and I'm going to take pictures of it, and I'm going to put it up. And listen, everybody knows I'm a weirdo already. You're a little bit more conservative than I.
People thought I was normal. Now they're learning. I mean, you knew.
We're best friends, but you know she can't be too normal, guys. And she has to put up with me.
I mean, I will say this. There's like the little bubble of our world that, I mean, everybody knew, and it was all that cool, but
everybody knew that we were
doing what I do. I mean, it's literally like, when I started to get into it, I had a professor tell me that we had to change our lives basically and be like, you have to be the persona. And I was like, I'm in deep shit because I can't be the persona. That's not who I am. But I am a helper and I'm a good helper. So I'm going to fucking do this. But at some point I'm going to lose it. And I'm at that point. I cannot.
So nobody should have to, especially a therapist. You should not. I'm not saying listen, you looking a certain way, you having like what you have is your background and your backgrounds, like you having cool hair, you having a tattoo. None of that should matter to the person that you're counseling, because your content of character and what professional advice you're giving them has nothing to do with the color of your hair or your tattoo or anything else. Like, you need to be real with these people. Exactly. If they want somebody, listen, if they're more comfortable with somebody in a suit and tie, then that's who they can go see.
Exactly.
But I think people go to you because you're good at what you do and because you're real about things. That's what people about you.
Right. Exactly. And it has gotten better since I've been more transparent about that, and it helps me too, because then I only attract the people that I can work with.
Well, that's what they say. Like, you project the person that you are in your appearance a lot of times. I mean, that's why I try, I don't like to present myself looking like this, but I do try to I present myself, and I know I present myself a certain way. I always have black eyeliner on. My eyes are always smoked out. I'm always in goth clothes. I have 18 pairs of Doc Martens. I still think it's 1992 with my knee socks and Doc Martens and my goth gear. But I'm presenting myself a certain way, which lets you know what my personality is right off the bat. So if you don't like that, the door, don't let it hit you right in the ass. You know what I'm saying? I attract what I want in my life, by living my authentic self. You know what I mean?
Right. And I feel like personally, I've always been able to do that. Me personally has always been me. It's just as soon as I stepped into that role, it was I just heard that voice in my head that was people aren't going to take you seriously. People aren't going to want to come to you if you seem like if they look at you and see you as someone who's quote unquote unstable. And that was always what was in my head. And now I'm not unstable. I haven't been unstable in quite some time. I'm a real person that gets real problems because I'm a human being and I work through them. Right. And that's why I'm good at what I do, because I can teach you
and you work on them, and then you help other people work theirs out too. Your color of your hair has nothing to do with it. Like I said, listen, they want to go see somebody in a suit, then that's so be it. But that's not who you need to be.
No.
Hold on, Nicole,
No,
can you
that's not who I am anymore.
can you search for an ashtray? We're allowed to smoke. Okay. Thank you. Been 25 whole minutes. I need a cigarette.
Lord in heaven. She's gonna pass away.
Shut up. Listen, I watched last week's YouTube episode. Like, I watched just the first minute of it because Nicole commented on a picture of you and I. It's me. We start to show off, and the cigarette's hanging out of my mouth. And I had a moment where I was like, I'm the fucking lady from Beetlejuice that's in purgatory with the fucking, like, that's me.
Everyone. By the way, I love that shirt. I really do love that shirt.
It's a dress. It's a whole dress.
Oh.
I wanted to wear, so I have this really cool Wiccan dress that I got for a photo shoot. And it is so hot. It's like a sweatshirt dress. It's like for the ball. It's like sitting there with the tags on it. I also actually, by the way, have a Beetlejuice dress that I got for a photo shoot. But the Wiccan dress that I wanted to wear, it is about 10 degrees hotter than hell in New Jersey right now. It's like, it's 8:48 at night. It's still 86 degrees here.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I couldn't wear the sweatshirt dress I wanted to wear. This is like a light baseball material, and it's so cute. I almost flashed you guys before them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm the worst.
I just want to applaud Vinny.
How much longer? He can calm his tits. I'm going to take as long as I need to.
I don't know.
Do you want to go? You can go hang out there.
No, I could.
Do you know the caseworker? Thank you, Vinny. Yes.
Which, by the way, I hadn't seen that
No,
movie.
'cause I
I only
read him
saw
as a
that movie
teenager.
like 6 months ago. I had never seen that movie, and I saw it, and I was like, love it.
I'm sorry. You just saw it 6 months ago?
I know. Dude, you know how I am. Right now, I'm not watching anything but sports. Everything is sports. I've watched hockey all day. I have baseball on downstairs. When baseball's over, hockey's going back on. Like, I watch sports all the time. The fact that, like,
you didn't have your fill for quite some time.
yeah. Yeah.
By the way, when I looked down and saw Juno on the screen, I thought we had another troll. I was like, is someone going to make fun of me for getting pregnant as a teenager? Is that why I'm being called Juno right now?
We're not the trolls. Yeah.
It was just Vinny, who is the opposite of a troll. He's like the nicest human being ever.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm so glad that Vinny's here because Vinny always makes it more fun.
Yeah, he always makes it fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sports, this is like, I feel like this is a major announcement.
Oh, I saw this already on Instagram today. I know where you're going.
Anybody who follows me on Instagram saw this today. But this is a
died
major
when I
thing.
saw that.
If you've been watching us, you know that every week, I'm like, I'm never dating again. I'm never getting married again. I'm so over everything that has to do with men because I'm a terrible choice maker when it comes to relationships. Terrible, awful. I mean, I got a beautiful daughter out of it. I've gotten a lot of life lessons out of it.
Based on your last relationship was terrible and awful. I will say that would not have been my first choice for you.
They all have been. I processed that with Des earlier in the week because she knew my ex-husband and she was just like, beneath you. I don't know what you were doing, but you were my friend, so I was nice.
I've heard about him. I have not met him, so.
Yeah, well, nobody's ever going to meet him now.
I know he was beneath you already.
Right. But like, so, I mean, that's kind of been the basis of that. Like, and again, like some of the work that I'm doing with some of the goddesses that I've met is like trying to get at like, where's that coming from? Why do I keep doing that to myself? What's the root of why I can't like reflect what I want from another person? So anyway, everything.
When you figure that out, please let me know. Anyway, yes.
So, it's funny because I help people do it. I call it their magnet. We rebuild the magnet so that they only will magnetize people who are good for them or people that they want. I help other people do it. But for me, I guess because I've been so closed off about it, I'm like, I don't want it. So I don't even try.
Like the shoemaker with no shoes right now.
Right. Well, it's because I like being alone and I really do. So I haven't really taken
tell everybody about your epiphany today.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
let's not get off track. Let's tell everybody about your epiphany today because
I do like being alone and I talk about it all the time. So here I am watching hockey today. Today's the beginning of the playoff season, and I'm just watching. And every 2 seconds, I'm like, that guy's so hot. That guy's so hot. Look at. I'm like, if somebody scores a goal, and I'm just like, oh my god, like. I just have feelings because I love hockey so much, but I love hockey players too.
All these feelings.
Yeah, and I've been watching baseball and I haven't been having those feelings, but hockey has brought those feelings back. And I'm like I said in my Instagram post, it was like, I went from men are trash and like they play games and they're fools and I can't do it to I'm gonna marry a hockey player. So I'm a little on the fence of maybe.
I saw your post today and I was like, progress. This is progress.
I have made progress.
I don't think that men or relationships in general are piles of trash. Like I'm not going to see that.
Mine have been, and every man that I have met has been pretty trashy.
I don't have a good history. I have what I think will be a good history. Like, I think like on paper, it all looks good and it never ends up being good. You know what I'm saying? Like on paper, it seems like things should work and it never really does. I mean, but it takes me 7 years. I like to drag things like beat a dead horse. Like I like to make sure that this ends in a lawsuit or something.
And I'm like the opposite. My cutoff apparently is 4.5 years because if you look at every single one of my actual relationships, 4.5 years, done. I'm done. So 4.5 years is my bullshit cutoff, but then I cut it off. Like I just
when I cut things off,
I'm done with this, and then I'm done with this. I don't drag out. I just go. I'm done.
I like to be well, you know what it is? Like I'm trashy yet classy.
Same. I mean, same.
Listen, I like to, listen, I just know that right now I am not in the mindset to date like anybody. Like we figured this out, which is quite a turn of events since January when I was on Tinder. Which still comes back to fucking haunt me in my Instagram messages sometimes. Like I deleted
I told you when you were here in September not to do that. I just want to point that out.
Honestly, I thought that if we were starting a YouTube show and we were going to talk about like everything, like if we were going to be like talk about dating and relationships, I kind of thought it would be a fun social experiment. I really did.
Of course. I thought it would be brilliant.
I mean, I can get laid anywhere though, but I just thought this would be like a fun social experiment. Which I learned within the first week of having the Tinder that this was not a fun social experiment. This was like a fucking derailed train. Like this was not.
Again, because.
And I picked the guy that's like.
It's not that good men don't exist. They're just not apparently looking or I don't know where they are. They're somewhere that I can't get at is apparently.
The good men? I don't know. I cannot tell you where they're. I mean, I think most of them have wives by now.
I don't even.
And I don't know if we're not going to go there. Mm-hmm. They probably, most of them have wives. And I'm not interested in those men. I don't want anyone who has a girlfriend or a wife because then you're not a good man for me. And you're certainly not for her. Right. You're a good man on paper. Right. I need to learn how to distinguish the two.
Yeah. Well, I've decided that like today when I was, thinking I was going to marry a hockey player, I was like, how many hockey players have you dated?
0.
I've literally never dated a hockey player because I play hockey. So they become my bros and then I get weird about it. And I'm like, I'm not going to date you because then our whole entire team is going to break up. Like there's all this anxiety about it. So I don't go there and I've never gone there.
Yeah. The dynamic changes once a bro becomes your man.
Right.
Then the whole dynamic changes.
My teams have always been so tight that it was like, oh my God, if I screw this up, which inevitably I would have because I was a runner big time, I'm going to like mess up my whole team.
So I've been watching this show on the WB. I watched the first season last year. I feel like I devoured the first season. What I think it's called In the Dark or something. It's about this blind woman that her best friend is killed, and she just gets wrapped up. Like, listen, this woman is me but blind. Okay, she's actually blind.
Sorry, I don't know why that was funny because it's not funny, but I was just like, me but blind. Okay.
So she's a drunk and she smokes cigarettes. It's how she finds her best friend's body is while she's outside smoking a cigarette drunk. Okay. But she starts
wow, so she smokes and blind. I'm actually in like
you're having a moment right now.
Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she drinks a lot and she like has sex with all the wrong people, like the people that she should not have sex with. And on this season of this show, they're being audited. She works for a charity that her parents, like, it's for seeing eye dogs. And the IRS comes in and they're doing all of this illegal shit and they're laundering money. And her friends are like, don't fuck the hot guy from the IRS. And what does she do? She fucks this hot British guy from the IRS. And I'm like,
it's hot and British. I mean, what are we going to do?
He kind of looks like Kit Harington too. He plays Josh on the show and it's,
I'm like, excuse me, what?
He's like a low budget Kit Harington.
Also, I just want to put this advice up there and I'm going to follow that. The next time I get to play hockey, I'm just going to start hitting dudes. And that's going to be my initiation.
I like this advice. That is solid advice, my friend.
Solid advice. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being there for me. I appreciate this. Anyway, sorry. I promised that I would put the comments up, so I just feel like I'm doing my job.
Yeah, it's your job. I can't see the comments, so you absolutely have to do it.
No, wait a minute. How can you not see the comments?
I can only see them when you push the button because I'm not an admin. When you put them up, I can see them, but I can't see them coming in.
Okay, but when Amy comes on with me, she can see them, and she's on the same thing. Like, are you? Because there's a menu on the side. Can you click the word comments?
There's nothing to click.
How does she
log
see it?
in or sign up free.
I'm gonna ask her. Because
I can't do the job that you do, and I always feel bad because you're always delegated to that, but I can't do it.
No, it's all good. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Girl, fucking dude, she shouldn't.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's me. Is like, don't fuck the guy from the IRS, and she fucks the guy from the IRS. So this is where I am at in my decision making, which is why I am single right now.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. Again, where I'm like, your type is not your type. Like, your type is destructive. Don't go after your type. And I'm like, ooh, look, there's another one. Like, no,
no. Listen, like, so we've discussed this many times before, but I realized the last like 20 years, all I've dated is artists because like that's how my brain works. And I do feel like you kind of have to be that way in order to put up with me. Like, you have to have a creative brain because I'm all over the place and I am that way. So I've dated, musicians and artists for the last 20 years, and that has not worked out. Literally ever.
But see, I'm hearing you do the same thing that I do. We just kind of figure what is supposed to work. Like, we're trying to logically think about it. And it's like, you know what? Like, probably someone who is completely out of the norm of what we think is going to be good for us is what's good for us. Because even if they don't have the same common interest when we meet them, it doesn't mean that they can't appreciate us for ours.
I would hope. What'd you say?
I just eye rolled myself because I'm like, it's great advice. I mean, we'll see.
I always see this meme, and it's like the best friend texting you. This is how you feel, I imagine, every time you get a text from me about like somebody that I'm seeing, and it's like your best friend texting you after you did exactly what she said not to do, and you're telling her, and it's like this like. It's somebody like giving the deepest fucking eye roll of all times. And I'm like, Vanessa, every time she checks her fucking phone, it's like...
it goes both ways, girlfriend. There have been many times where you've been the same way. Like, really? It's like, I'm rolling, girl.
Listen, your last ex, when you sat down next to him at the bar, I text messaged you, move away from that man. And you were with him for 4.5 years.
when I got my kid. See, the universe was like, this person who is not going to be good for you is very, very fertile. He's very fertile. So go get your kid and then go.
Then dip like a motherfucker.
Get out. I would have preferred, honestly, a one-night stand baby. But I mean, whatever. I learned a lot. I did learn a lot about a lot of things in that relationship and that life. So
listen, everything teaches you a lesson. I think even the last 7-year travesty that I was in taught me a damn lesson.
Of course.
It certainly made me stronger. I mean, now I'm just traumatized and train wreck all of the time, but it did make me stronger in other ways.
Right.
I'm so jealous of all the olives that you're eating right now. Am I hungry or something?
Oh my God. Yeah, because I put 3 olives. I put as many olives as will fit on the friggin' toothpick.
That's it looks like you've had 18 of them since you've been on there.
No. I actually have had 5 and the last one is sitting there waiting and I'm just gonna
let it soak in the vodka some more. It's gonna marinate a little bit more.
So good.
All right, so I do have to talk about one thing political.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
No, come on.
I heard that silently in my head.
Nicole's laughing at me. All right, well, listen. So right now, while the world is on fire, quite literally, our country is on fire from the makings of the person who is the leader of our country. Instead of like worrying about the pandemic that's going on and the like riots that are breaking out because he's a horrible president, he is worried about by today, getting rid of TikTok.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. This is our priorities right now. Everyone is laughing at us. Okay. Do you understand?
Yeah,
right now, we are like the laughing stock of the world. You're really worried about fucking TikTok, bro?
Yeah. Like, this is what you've been doing with your time. This is what you've been doing with your time.
Because he got trolled in freaking Tulsa. Like, listen, I would also like to say the dude that was all about like backing him and look at, here's all of these Black Americans for Donald Trump and blah, 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 just died of COVID because he didn't want to wear a mask.
You know what?
Your old ass is in the ground right now. So there is where your freedom got you, my friend. And I don't want to see anyone die. Don't want to see anyone learn the lesson that way. But if that is not what is going on in this country, like, listen, take it from that. This is not a political statement. This is not a political statement. This is wear the mask and save your life.
Yeah. Well, I love how we're talking about postponing the election, but we are also talking about putting children back in schools with adults who are probably going to get coronavirus and die also. Let's delay the election because he's afraid he's not going to win it.
Too bad. He's getting out. Getting out of that damn White House. I don't care. Like, you're not. He's got to go. Like, the elections are not being postponed. Everybody request your mail-in ballot right now. Okay, if you live in a state that you can request a vote to like mail in and vote, it is a 99.9% accuracy rating. Your vote will matter. Like, you need to request it right now. Like, if you live in a state where you can do so, you need to do it because this election is happening, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, like I a little bit feel like it was a tactic of some sort. That's
a tactic. He wants to stay in longer because he doesn't want to go out on a note like this. But you're worrying about TikTok instead of a freaking global pandemic.
I honestly, like, somebody shared that on Facebook and I thought it was a joke. And I was like, oh, that doesn't say The Onion. Like, that is not from The Onion. Wow. Okay.
So you know what's funny?
That's what he's worried about. I haven't even been on TikTok because I don't care. TikTok means nothing.
Listen, I'm not on TikTok because I'm too old for TikTok. Like, I just even have to say, I feel like I'm too old to even have like Snapchat. Like, I do feel like every time even I'm on Instagram and I'm playing with the filters, I'm like, you're 40. Like,
the filters are amazing.
Put the butterfly filter down, lady. But like, I'm not on TikTok because I'm 40 years old. I personally don't really care. I just don't think he should care either because you're the president.
Could you imagine any other president? And I'm not even going to go to like Obama. Any other president, like making a social media thing their focus. Like, there's so many other things to think about, dude. You have education problems. Like, you have problems with education. You have problems with like the coronavirus. You have problems with our economy because we are in another wave. We're going to have to figure out another stimulus. It's going to be another money from your made up concept, because money is a made up concept. But still, you're going to hold us to it, and we're all going to be screwed after this is over anyway. But those are really important. You should be on the internet telling your, like your people, we need to come together and we need to get this stimulus thing done. Like, we need to like help our people. That needs to be your focus, not TikTok. That's our parents. Like, that's what I should be doing if my kid is on TikTok. I should be banning TikTok in my house. You should have nothing to do with it as the president.
I just think it is the most absurd and ludicrous. Like, I mean, I can't take it. I cannot take it.
No.
This message brought to you by coronavirus.
Yeah, you know what? My pajamas last night, not tonight. I'm in my pajamas, y'all. But last night, my pajamas were my Corona pants. And I was like, you know what? I'm really sad that these pajamas are weird
not
right
lost on you. All right. So should we call it a night? I feel like we should wrap it up. Should we have our first 45-minute show ever? I don't know what else there is to talk about. The only other thing that I saw was hot ass Jason Momoa getting hosed off after playing.
Oh God. We can talk about that.
Jason Momoa in white pants getting hosed off was the highlight of my week, y'all.
And it wasn't even just the hose. Like, because he put 5 pictures up, and I saw the first one was the hosing, and I was like, what else could there be? Let me swipe. And he had mud on him, and I was just like, why is a dirty man so beautiful right now?
Oh my God. My boy Bestie sent it to me this morning. I was like, I know, I already saw it. I follow him on Instagram. Ban sweat. No, he shouldn't be worried about banning social media at all. Listen.
Okay, listen. But he should ban Twitter because he is a horrible tweeter. Like,
he should not. They should ban him from Twitter from being irresponsible and putting out messages to idiots out there that are irresponsible messages. Like when he was telling people to shoot, what is it, hydrochloroquine? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
But like when he tweeted that, now you should not be allowed to be on Twitter, because now you're just telling people to do things that are not healthy for them.
Right. You're like that person that I knew in high school that lives in white not even white woods, America. That's like, here you go. Here's an article. That's based on zero science.
Oh, well, that's another thing. Madonna lost her mind saying that was the answer to things, the hydrochloroquine. The doctor that said it, she was saying, this is like a real patriot and blah, blah, blah. Like she like went on this stupid, crazy like person rant. And I was like, well, I hated you when you developed the British accent and you were with Guy Ritchie. Like I literally went from like, Madonna's kind of losing a little bit to you have a British accent, you fucking idiot. You're from Michigan. Like cut it out.
Yeah.
Okay. But now you're telling people that not to listen to Dr. Fauci, but listen to some woman who is injecting chemicals into people, that it doesn't work.
Well, and this is what I love about it. The thing that I love about it is people being like, oh, we're not using it as a cure, and assuming that every doctor in America right now that is losing their minds, and some of them have killed themselves because of what they are seeing.
Yeah, there was
have been refusing to use this miracle cure and just watching people die because they love to do that.
It's not.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, so like we're really listen. It's the world has gone mad. Okay, like the world has lost its mind. That's why we're losing our minds. That's why like everything is. That's why we need this stuff. Like
yes. I'm telling you, girl, I sage, I Palo Santo. I'm really terrible at meditation, but I do guided meditation because I cannot handle this world right now.
I can't handle it either. I can't handle it at all.
But it's helping. No. I mean, I shouldn't say I can't handle it. I cannot handle it without these things.
Right.
With all of these things, I've been able to handle it.
I'm all about that right now.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. And with that said, I'm going to responsibly say, end my medication that I need to feel like a human being every day so nobody loses their head.
Yeah.
And my crazy pills. That and my crazy pills are getting me through.
And it's important to know that. The awareness is important. The ability to take care of yourself and fight for yourself and make sure that you have what you need is important. That's where we're at right now. Like it is, and we have to take care of each other. Like, I feel like, and I feel like every time, like last night we had a viewing of this movie. It's called The Goddess Project. And like, I had never heard of it, but again, like the Goddess group, they were like, here we go. And they had like a screening over Zoom. And I had a couple friends over, which, you know, during this whole thing, I've been like, nobody come here. But it was like, hey, have you been like hibernating? Okay, great. Then you can come here because you haven't been anywhere. So the couple people came over and we watched it, and it was literally just like a like woman empowerment movie, but it was mostly like, this is our time. Like, men brought us here with all of their hate and all of their like misogyny and all of their whatever, and it is our turn as women to try to bring in our part, because we've been like kind of silently doing it, or doing it by mothering our children, or like supporting each other. But the world needs us right now. Big time. Like, they need us to open our mouths and like let them know where we've been,
where we stand on things. Right. Like, I will not shut up. I will not be complacent in this. Yeah, we do.
Like, how we've been getting through, because we've been living we're not up here. We've been living down here, but we've been surviving. We've been great. We've been nurturing. We haven't lost ourselves. We haven't lost our woman essence because of what's been happening to us. And it's like our time now to collectively be like, are you ready to listen, everybody? Because we'll tell you how we've been doing it.
Listen, I completely agree. Listen, I mean, like, but one thing that you said, like, I think right now, like, we do need to take care of each other. Having friends, like, listen, you're still my best friend, even though you're how many states away, but I know that I can text you at any time, and you can text me at any time, and we could just be like, roar.
Yep.
And like, you know, my friend Nicole, like, whenever either one of us is down, we always have each other's back. Like, having friends and having your friends back right now is so freaking important.
Yeah.
There's a bathroom upstairs if you have to pay.
See, look at that. I will also direct you to the bathroom.
All right, let's wrap it up for this week. Not much happened other than the president being an idiot, Jason Momoa and his hot pants, and you finishing the Zac Efron series on Netflix. That's pretty much sums up our week.
Yeah, I feel like that's good pop culture, is like, look at all the hot guys, and
look at all the hot guys, if you know, or girls, like, you know, whatever you need to look at.
I feel like we're a little bit like, we haven't talked about the hot girls, but that's fine. We'll do that next week if we need to.
We can do that next week. I mean, anyone can just Google Daenerys Targaryen, and there you go. It's everybody's dream woman. I don't care how straight you are. There is no way you look at that woman and go, she's so not hot. I don't see what guys see in her. I don't see what
I want to be her, though. Like, I'm like,
I think she's the most stunning creature in the whole. She's like, and even when she's not being like stunning, she's cute and hilarious, and her personality, like when she smiles, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
She's an uplifting human too, which is always good.
Right.
Anyway, so again, we have the link up in there. I'm going to take pictures of all of this tonight. By tomorrow, if you go, we're going to put it up on our Instagram too, because we want to like really women supporting other women. And we're going to shoot for Friday next week, because Saturdays suck for me. This is not a good. Saturdays are not good for me. I was a half hour late. I'm really sorry about that, everybody.
I feel like
well, in all fairness, cool. We just didn't leave it. So Nicole is Italian. Shocking.
Another an Italian in New Jersey? What?
No, what? It took us 35 minutes to say goodbye to her family before, which is why we're late.
Yeah.
That's literally why I'm late. And
I'm Irish.
New Jersey that taking 35 minutes to say goodbye to family.
Yeah. See, I'm Irish. You just disappear. You're just gone.
You're just 35 minutes. You're done. But I love Nicole's family, so I was not even like that. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go with flow.
All good.
No text tonight. I texted you. I was like, I look like hell. I don't even care. Let's unbox some really awesome Wiccan stuff.
I love it. And I'm so excited. I'm excited for you. And like, I hope you document like what you use too and how you feel.
We're going to talk about it all next week.
Yeah. Like, I'm into it big time.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I'm going to send you half of the box too, because you need it for your goddess. You can bring it back to your goddess meeting.
For sure. I mean, I'm all we only have one other in-person meeting, which I'm a little bit like, okay, because I was a little worried about the last one, about the social distancing and whatever. I mean, we were on the beach, so it wasn't like,
Yeah.
we were all up in each other's faces, but I'm worried. Like, I'm still worried. I don't want to get sick. I don't want my baby to get sick. Like, I'm still there, but we have one on Saturday that I'm hoping I can get a sitter for. And even though I won't have the stuff, I definitely will talk about it because, like I said, they're the most.
They're all about women empowerment.
Yeah, they're like the most supportive people that I've found since I was in New Jersey, and I had that. Like I had that core group of women.
So important. It's so important. I'm so glad you found a group. I'm so glad for you that you found like a group of people that you mesh with. That's so important. We all need that in our life.
And they're bringing me to like a place where I need to go, like where I can heal some stuff in some different ways that I would have never thought to do, because it's almost like forced. You're just like, shit. Like the first time I danced Koya, I was crying my head off, and I was like, oh, dude.
You're like,
but it was also amazing, and I was like, whatever, dude, whatever works.
All right. Well, I'm so happy to hear that you found that group. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Sorry I was a half hour late, but I had to give it goodbye.
Yeah, they're just happy to see our beautiful faces whenever we show up.
Even though this week.
I believe.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Link is right there for everybody.
Yes. Go buy some stuff.
Go buy stuff. Go support.